Hello and welcome. My name is Gene, and today we're just going to do a little bit of a spinal reset practice, taking some time to nourish the back, especially given all that the back tends to do for us on a day-to-day basis. So, encouraging a space of healing, we'll start off in a seat, sit bones fastened to the earth, tuning in to the feeling of your back. Start off from the surface as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose or side through the mouth. And when considering surface level impressions, is the back starting to widen ever so slightly with the shoulders out to the sides? Is the back creeping up a little more toward the head as the shoulders move toward the ears? What's feeling tensious about your back? What's feeling relaxed about your spine? Maybe it's the way the shoulder blades drop down and back. Almost like an arrow pointing downward toward the tailbone as you breathe. And starting to add just a few of those non-specific movements for yourself. Any shoulder circles, any neck circles. Maybe you start with 3 or 4 to one side, and then reverse those 3 to 4 to the other. And all of this is just to start connecting the pieces of yourself. How you're feeling. Whether this is the start of your day or whether this is your nightcap. Bring with you that space of healing and nourishment. As you're at those last few breaths, this can be a nice place to really plant yourself in your intention today. As mentioned, taking it nice and easy with the spine, offering a space of salving, restoring, mending. Think about all the chairs that you have to sit in, whether a driver's seat, car seat, a bus seat, a desk seat, any chairs that might have cushioned backs or wooden spines to reside beside. What does all of that do for your back? And that's also to add, atop all the walking and all of the moving and all of the bending that you do, so we're just going to take a practice today and let the back have some time to shine and relax. Taking just 3 more breaths. Nice job. So as you've given yourself time to plant in your intentional self, we're going to start off with some seated spinal flossing, some cat-cow movement. So breathing in, you're going to just widen the palms out to the side, raise your gaze to the sun or moon, and then exhale, hollowing your ribs as the hands curve inward, like you're holding a beach ball in between. Breathing in, opening your heart center, palms nice and wide. And then breathing out, everything hollows in, chin reaching down to the tailbone. Take another 4 or 5 of these at your pace. Just starting to create that breath to movement meter, the personal metronomic pendulum. Nice work, just another 1 or 2 more. Really feeling what your heart center is communicating to you. As these arm expressions can help to activate your thoracic spine in addition to your Anahata chakra, that heart center space. Nice. Last one. And with that all set for good measure, you're just going to come back to your center. Couple of quick shoulder circles for yourself. If you've already done a couple, then take some time for the neck. Not as much time here as in your grounding. You've already got 3 more breaths. Nice job. Last moment here. Good. So, from your seat, you're going to take an inhale, shifting back on the sit bones just so that the legs uncurl. And then as you exhale with the feet on the mat, you're just opening the knees to the side, Baddha Konasana or butterfly shape. Now, option to keep the heels of your feet closer to your tailbone for that more pronounced angle. Legs can slide out a little bit, making a diamond shape wherever your butterfly needs to be. But we're here mostly for a forward fold. So as you take a breath in, the arms will sweep themselves up to the sky, just getting a little heat here. And then hinging forward at the hips as you exhale, hands resting where they will. Now really feeling into your upper back, your shoulders. As you bring the elbows a little closer to the ground, that might widen your back. Allowing for a nice bit of breath to channel through your shoulder blades, your scapular region. Nice job, taking 3 more breaths. Bring with you some gratitude here, thanking your spine as it helps with your facings, as it helps with your movings, your meanings and musings. Good. So next inhale, we're just gonna walk the hands back in toward the spine. And then on the exhale, hands close beneath the knees, legs come together. From here, take a breath in, left leg slides out, keeping the right knee bent, and then stepping the right foot over the left leg, opening the right knee out to the side, taking a half fire log. If you have a fire log pose in your practice, you're just going to scoop that left foot under the right thigh, flexing into that left foot. And then we're mostly here for a fire log twist or half twist. So breathing in through your nose again, spine lifts up. And then breathing out, twisting from your thoracic spine, your rib cage, looking over your right shoulder. Now your right hand will make a kickstand behind the right hip. Left hand is reaching for the right leg in whatever capacity honors you today. Taking a few breaths here. If you're still wanting to bring some heat today, you're always welcome to take that back right hand, reach to the wall behind, breathing in, and then breathing out, digging into your left sit bone as you look over the right shoulder, finding that counter engagement in your body. Breathe. Your sacrum is still facing the top of your mat, while your thoracic spine is getting that twist sensation. Last breath here. Good. Now taking an inhale, reach a little bit further behind or look further over the right shoulder. And then exhale, you're undoing the twist back to center, arms come up to the sky. Take a breath in, lengthening the palms a little bit higher, ears by your biceps. And then exhale, bending the elbows back for a fire log cactus or half fire log cactus. The neck can release back for a few breaths if you'd like. We'll be in this same cactus on the other side, so only holding this for another 2 more breaths. Connect with the shoulder blades, reaching down and back, just like at the beginning of your practice. Find that happy little bit of breath and body in motion and in harmony. And then taking that next inhale, we'll reach the arms up to the sky 1 more time. On the exhale, just keeping that heat, you're extending the left leg out in front if you tucked it in. And then inhale, arms come down to the sides as your right leg moves forward. Nice time to shake the legs out, drink some water as well if you'd like. Even tipping the ankles side to side can feel pretty good. So, as that rebound serves you, gonna connect those same shapes again from the other side's perspective. Still starting off with butterfly. You're gonna breathe in through the nose, and then breathing out, bending your knees, both of the feet, find your mat. And then from there, knees widen to the sides. This time, however, instead of a forward fold, you're gonna take an inhale. Palms move behind the hips, elbows bending softly. And then exhale, walking your hands back a step or 2 as those elbows bend a little deeper. This is called your mongoose for the upper body. Nice little bit of spinal flossing to counter that earlier butterfly fold. All the while, really feeling your feet press into each other just to keep that contact. Breathing here. Halfway there, nice work. Option to walk the hands back a couple steps further if you'd like. Just getting more into that release in the spine. Now this might also be an ask on your wrists. So again, decide how this feels. You can always walk back in a step or two, just to lessen the pressure. You've got 3 more breaths. Good job. When you're ready, take that breath in. You're walking the hands back to the center line of your body. And then exhale, hands move under the knees, close the legs back. From here, your right leg is moving forward, lengthening on your mat. And then from there, left foot steps over the right leg, just open to the side, half fire log. From here, again, feel free to scoot the right foot under the left thigh, taking fire log. And then when you're ready, breath in through the nose, spine is lifted. On the exhale, take your twist now from the thoracic spine to your left. Now the right hand grabs by that left leg. Kickstand in the left hand, behind the left hip. As you're here, in this side of your twist, great time to come back to your intention. That healing sankalpa, offering salving, nourishing energy to your spine. Your spine is considered the gateway of your chakras, those energetic points of concentration in your body. From the tailbone up to the crown of your head, and all points in between. Notice the energy gathering itself up in those points as you breathe. Halfway point, option to reach the left hand now to the wall. Or at least to any space behind you that feels good. Great work. 2 more breaths. And then just like before, inhale, look back, reach back a little further by that left shoulder. As you exhale, undoing the twist, the arms reach back up to the sun for that heat. Take a breath in through the nose here. And then exhale to bend the elbows, drawing them down and back to your cactus. Palms of the hands are nice and wide, open fingers, breathing here. Give notice to your mind if there are any wayward thoughts. As with every practice, some thoughts might make them easier to rescind, to observe. Some days the thoughts are a little more potent. And it's okay to be where you're at today, because this is your present practice. Tomorrow might be different. But be here for yourself as you take 2 more breaths. Feel the air ground you back to your mat. allowing those thoughts to be but a background hum. Great work. Taking that inhale, we reach the hands up once more to the sun. And then exhale, shifting back just so that you can extend that right leg forward. From there, arms come down as the left leg meets the right. And then rocking the ankles, drinking some water if you need. So, once that rebound is passed, we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat for the last bit of postural work for your practice today. You're going to want to have at least one block with you for this. So, I'm going to reorient myself so that it'll be a little more viewable from your perspective. But when you're ready, you're coming all the way down to the mat, taking that moment just to orient yourself on the earth. From here, you're breathing in through the nose, making sure you've got your block accessible to you, and then breathing out to bend the knees, soles of the feet, hip distance from each other on the mat. From there, breathing in, raise your hips up just so that that block goes underneath your sacrum. And then exhale, resting your sacrum on the block for your supported bridge pose today. Now, as ever, couple things to consider. You still want to keep your feet as hip distance oriented as they want to be. If they have to move at any point, that's totally fine too. The knees can stay bent. The legs can extend, whether one at a time, maybe both of them. Both legs out forward will intensify the posture for you, but it can be a really nice release through the spine. All of these things to say that you're here for 3 minutes. So however you want to settle in. Little bit of a spinal practice today. Just so that your back gets some reprieve, some love. And the gratitude that you give your spine is an extension of the gratitude that you give your body in many ways. What you need to do for yourself to take care of yourself and honor yourself. It all comes back to you. Take 2 minutes with your thoughts and 2 minutes with your breath. Got 1 more minute to go. Noticing how much you are surrendering to this bridge today. Giving yourself to the healing, the sustaining, the cradling energy that your mat provides you. Whether in softer modality practices like this one, or even in more dynamic modalities like a traditional vinyasa, you are healing your body by being mindful toward its needs. Six more breaths. Wonderful work. If your legs are extended out in front of you, this is your moment to bring the knees back to a bend as close to the sit bones as they want to get. Making sure your palms of the hands are on the mat. You're going to take an inhale, easing your sacrum up just to remove the prop. When you're ready, exhale, returning your hips to the mat. From there, last little posture before your Savasana, you're going to just heel-toe the feet away from each other. Knees are drawn in, knock-kneed. And then just tipping the knees side to side a few times. Last little back release here. Alongside this release, this could be a great place to think about how you want to take your Savasana today, that final posture of your practice. Giving yourself the space just to unfurl as you need. As that time has passed, you're just going to heel-toe the feet back in together. And then setting yourself up for that last posture. Take the body to that shape that serves you. Whether the palms of the hands are on the ground for some grounding energy, facing the sun for that absorption energy, or even taking a hand to the heart and the abdomen if you'd like to have a more mindful Savasana breath. All of these choices come from honoring the pattern of your breath and your heartbeat. Because it's in those patterns that you are given life-sustaining nutrients and ingredients. Oxygen, minerals, blood. And in much the same way that it's about your spinal healing, the muscles of the spine getting some love, just as everywhere else in the body is getting some focus and attention, releasing any of the stiffness, any of the discomforts that you might have felt today. When you feel like you have given yourself that thoughtful attention, allow yourself to dive deep, surrendering to the nature of your Savasana. Lavish in its healing, and enjoy it for all that it gives you. Savasana. I will call you back shortly. the time has come to begin guiding yourself back to this plane. Allow the breath that you take to be of your own mean and make. Inhaling through the nose, you feel the air move down to the lungs. The breath resides within your body for a beat as you take a pause. And then when you're ready, taking that exhale through the nose, or a sigh or yawn through the mouth. Maybe it's the sound of the breath leaving your body that calls you back to your space, beat by beat, piece by piece. As part of that return, the fingertips and toes may begin to wiggle softly, just as the wrists and ankles might make some circles. But as ever, it's your practice. It's your space. It's your healing. So any movements that are calling out to you are valid movements to take, as long as they honor and strengthen your tether to this corporeal plane. And when you feel yourself back on your mat, you're always welcome to end your practice in that conjured savasana shape. Maybe you want to meet in a seat of your choosing, finding your way to a fastened place with the sit bones planted on the earth. Arms, legs, and eyes all take their time sealing your shape in a way that resonates with you. Having spent a practice mending your spine in some subtle ways, and maybe not so subtle, depending on how much tension you carry. For your spine is an integral part of how you move through your day. Whether the thoracic spine that opens and closes the heart in some ways, whether the lumbar spine that might find itself in and out of sorts depending on how much you sit, or even the cervical spine, the neck, the way you look in certain places and facings. All of these pieces come together to create your spine. A network, a means, a way for you to see the world authentically in your lens. It has been my humble, happy honor to have shared this space with you today, as you've shared it with me. May you always live this life in your own authentic way, bringing forth your signature shine and radiance to this beautiful planet we share. The luminosity in me cherishes, respects, and will always celebrate the luminous blooming heart in you. Shanti. Namaste. As ever, I thank you and appreciate you for the time that you give yourself. More than anything you hear, it is what your body experiences on your mat that is your greatest teacher. I'm just happy to share that space with you in whatever ways that I can. So until we meet each other on our mats again, namaste.